Hi guys, I've been working on this project to make with some friends later in the year, and I've been trying out a few ideas for using up all those leftover paper scraps. So here's the mini book I've been making. I'll be doing a tutorial for that later. And here are all the scraps of paper I've got left with. I started with 18 sheets of double-sided pattern paper, and this is the leftovers. So I keep everything, all those merchandising strips, all the little pieces I've punched shapes from, die cut shapes from, little bits of cut apart sheets, all sorts. So I've found a few ideas on YouTube as to how to use up all these scraps, and this is one of my favourites, these little binder clips, which you can clip onto your planner or mini book or diary, whatever, and it's a really clever way of holding a pen. So you've got a pen handy for when you want to make a note or document an event or whatever. So there we are, just showing you how the pen slots in there. I thought this was such a clever little idea. So the next one I tried was the Decorative Paperclip. And this is just using an ordinary large paperclip and just making a couple of really simple flags out of leftover strips of paper. And you can just attach it to a page like this and use it as a tuck spot. And you can tuck in a piece of ephemera or an extra photo or a journaling spot. Really like that idea. It's very simple. And then last but not least, the photo corners. And I quite often make these just for scrapbook pages. I really love them. I love the little touch of colour that they give. And I've run those through my Xyron machine to make them conveniently sticky. But you could just put a bit of double-sided tape on or glue them on as and when you need them. So I'm just going to show you quickly how these work. I've made that's a little accordion book within my mini album. So just imagine that white square there is your photo, and you just attach your photo corner, your 4 photo corners on to hold the photo in place. And the great thing is it doesn't actually stick to the photo as such, so you can change your mind, take the photo out, put something else in, and you've not actually damaged the photo at all. But it does hold them really securely. I love those. I love that little extra spot of colour that they give you. So tucking that away. And here I'm just showing you these are the merchandising strips that you cut off each strip of pattern paper, and that green one there I've used a scallop border punch. I'm just showing you how that looks. You can layer them up, so I like the scalloped edge. That one's a die cut border, and I'm going to make a binder clip first, a pen clip first. So I'm just deciding which pieces I want to use, and I quite like that scalloped floral piece against the green there. Briefly considered the arrow strip, but I think I end up going with the floral. And I've also got some enamel dots and bling and things ready. So here's the plain binder clip that I'm using. Actually, it's not plain, it's one with a little face cut out of it, but it doesn't matter. I've got a huge pot full of those. So I've just measured it across, and mine happens to be 3/4 of an inch wide. So my cardboard strip is 3/4 of an inch wide. And I've started with about 2 inches long, but you need to check it against the size of pen that you want to hold. 2 inches worked out about right for me. And I put a little bead of glue up the centre of it, added my scalloped decorative piece, and I'm just snipping off the excess there. And then while that glue's drying, I'm just starting to work that paper with my fingers to make it start to curve. And then I'm actually using Cosmic Shimmer glue here, but in the end I decide that I'm going to go with my normal strong clear glue. Although actually the Cosmic Shimmer did do the trick. I didn't have to re-glue it, so that's fine. So I'm holding that on there. And this is where I start to think, actually, I should have gone for my 3-in-1 beacon, 3-in-1 glue, I think that is. But anything like Yoo-Hoo or any of those kind of clear, strong glues would do here. So I'm just checking the pen that I want to put in, making sure that fits in nicely. And now I'm going to glue the other end of my strip. And this clear glue does grab nice and quickly, which is always good. You can use up little snippets of lace and ribbon and pom-pom trim and all sorts of things on these binder clips. I think they're really cute. So here I'm just gluing on some little gemstones. I'm not relying on the glue that they come with, because I do, it might be all right for cards and scrapbook pages and things, but I wouldn't rely on it for this. So I'm putting a little dab of glue to hold them on. And here we are, I've clipped all 4 on there, look, to show you. You wouldn't really put 4 in a row like that. Well, you could, but you really only need 1 to hold your pen in place. So next I'm going to do the photo corners, and I would expect to get a set of 4 out of one of these merchandising strips that you cut off the bottom of the pattern paper. So here I'm just folding down about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches, but 1 inch would be enough really. Folding it down at right angles. You could use the grid on your craft mat to make sure you get it nice and straight, but actually I find that eyeballing it generally works pretty well. And then I'm folding down the other side and trimming it off, so you end up with this little kind of house shaped piece. And now I'm taking a little dinky pair of scissors, and where I've got those folds, I'm cutting little parallel lines so that I snip out a tiny triangle. There we go, hopefully you can see that against my hand. And then I'm using a square punch. If you don't have a square punch, it doesn't matter, you can totally freehand it, or you could use a little circle, as long as it's something that doesn't stick out, doesn't show from the front. It's just something to hold the whole thing together. I'm putting a little bit of PVA glue, and I'm attaching that piece to the back of my photo corner to hold the whole thing together. I think I'm going to hold it up to the camera now so that you can see what I've done. Yeah, there we go. So now I'm going to take a pair of scissors and tidy that up. Just trim it off. Trim off all the little edges. There we go. This looks a bit laborious, but actually I really enjoyed doing it. I was watching stuff on my iPad, on BBC iPlayer and things, watching a bit of catch-up TV, a bit of YouTube. And this is quite a nice sort of mindless thing to do. Oh, there I'm quickly showing you how you just drop it in one end of the Xyron gadget and pull it out the other. So if you've got one of those, it's a great way to use it. Alright, so I'm finished with the photo corners, and now I'm just going to show you the Paperclip Flags. And I don't really need to show you this, it's so simple, but it's a really fun idea. So I'm just taking a little snippet of pattern paper, folding it over the paper clip, and using my bone folder to make a nice crease. Bit of PVA glue. Press that down nicely, and then I'm just going to cut a little fishtail shape. So here I'm just sticking the second flag on, and just trimming off the ends and cutting a little fishtail shape into the bottom of one of them. I think I'll leave the other one straight on these, but whatever. Quite like the variety. And then on this one, I decided to have a go at doodling around the edges. I quite like a bit of doodling sometimes. I go through phases with it. Sometimes absolutely everything is scribbled around, and then I go off it for a little while. Here we are, just so you can see the difference. There's one with doodling and one without. So there we are. Now I've just tried clipping it onto one page. I'll change my mind. Having a look for a different page. There we are. Looks really nice on that paperback page there. So that's another little clip for adding a bit of extra ephemera or whatever. I hope you enjoyed that. A few fun ideas there. I hope you'll have a go at. Thanks ever so much for watching. See you again next time. Bye.